Hello and welcome to Kwesi's Corner with me, Kwesi, in the corner of the room, talking to you today about the latest offering of sticks, fresh off the NAMM boat, from Vic Firth. Look at them, all of them things right there. Ugh! Up next. Alright, so fresh off the presses at the NAMM show, the Winter NAMM show this year, you have two new models from Vic Firth. You have both the 5A and the 5B Pure Grits and the 5A and the 5B Double Glaze. First of all, you have the Pure Grits. Now, before we actually did the video, I looked at a few demos just to see what people are saying about it, see what Vic Firth is saying about it. And basically, long and short of it is that this is a nude stick. It's a nude stick, which basically means there's no standard glaze on it. You know, the usual kind of finish that they have on the top of sticks is not present. They also have a slight abrasion on them, just in order for you to be able to grip a bit more. So this is for those of you who play in hot conditions regularly or who sweat profusely from the hands. Like I said, not only is it naked, as it were, devoid of that gloss, the normal gloss that they would have on most Vic Firth sticks, but they've also added a slight abrasion to it. So it's got an extra grip. So as you are sweating and as you are producing your natural oils, then it will grip a bit more than usual. And this would answer the questions for a lot of those people who find it difficult to keep a hold of their sticks, especially when they're playing full on, lights on them, you know, or out in the sun and, you know, boy, like I'm losing grip on my sticks. What do I use? Grip tape. Some people don't like grip tape. Do I use a rubberized finish? Some people don't like the rubberized finish. It's too much for them, or they get calluses easy or whatever. You know, so this would be a good option for those of you who use Vic Firth and who are also in the position whereby you need something that has a little bit less tackiness, because all the moisture is coming from your hand in form of one of those two liquids. We have it here in 5A and 5B. I believe later on down the line they will have it in various other sizes. They're no different in size to the standard ones. Obviously it must be a few tiny, you know, measurement difference, but you know, for the most part, they feel just like a 5A stick. That feels just like a 5A, and this feels just like a 5B. Albeit just with that little abrasion on it, which you can feel they've made an effort with that, and also that natural feel. So interesting stick to use. For some of you, you might find that it will take you a little bit to wear it in. Just a bit of playing time, get your hand used to that, get it to filter through the moisture to filter through the stick, and so it comes up with a nice little, you know, combination. That's that works for you guys. But you know, once you've broken them in a little bit, sweat wise, you know, good 10-15 minutes of play, or maybe less, depending on how hot the place is and how quickly you produce body oils and liquids, then yeah, should be quite an interesting proposition. They come in the normal tip finishes that you would expect of a 5A and a 5B, so no surprises there too much in terms of feel. But you might find that because it's got that pure grit feel, it might just generally in your mind you might think, oh, this is a different stick completely. But you know, feel free to come over to the shop and try them out. Next up we have these. They're not the same sticks as I was holding just a minute ago. They're totally different. These are the double glaze. So the way that Vic Firth have advertised these is that these are in between the standard glaze stick and their version of dipsticks. You know, the rubber tip on rubber bit on the butt end. The reason why they've done that is because going on the other side of the spectrum than what the Pure Grit has, these have, because they have another layer of this glazing on it, it provides an extra tackiness. So if you've got extra dry fingers or dry hands, sorry, then this will kind of like make up for that with its innate tackiness that is provided by this extra layer of glazing. And you can kind of feel this right here. So basically, there are sticks like this within the Vic range. Couple of models. I know the Weckl model has an extra glaze on it, but this is the first one that's purely dedicated to that extra glaze tackiness. So again, no different from the Pure Grits or the standard 5As and 5Bs that are available in terms of the tip shape, size, shoulder, you know, whatever, you know, the shaft of the stick, etc. So, but the difference being obviously that it gets tacky. As your hands get a bit warm, it just becomes a bit more sticky in the hand, and yeah, you've got that extra grip that you can afford without going way too far, you know, the other side of the spectrum with the rubber grip. Rubber grips, personally, and me, never agreed. We always spoke, but you know. Obviously, Vic Firth like to think about the player, and they've really displayed that with the latest innovations. Sometimes, you know, when I'm playing, I tend to, you know, really sweat profusely. So whereas the sweat's not particularly coming from the hands, I tend to just literally just deluge straight on the sticks, which is annoying, and it also blinds me, which is embarrassing, you know. But it tends to wet the sticks a lot, so I would tend to go to something like the Pure Grits. You know, I would probably do that, or do something a bit more natural, just to keep that certain level of moisture down. But like I said, for those of you with dry hands and don't know what Vaseline is, then you know, the double glaze might be something that you might find interesting, you know, because, you know, just like I said, provides something a bit more without being too much at the other side of the spectrum, as I said earlier. So all sticks to try out at the shop. There's a load of Vics that have come in the shop recently, so you can just try those out alongside, see how they fare with the normal ones, and make your own mind up as to whether that works for you or not. If you like what you've seen, please do not hesitate to subscribe, like, you know, these caught it. Are these models that you would find interesting, you know, to add to your arsenal? All you Vic Firth lovers out there, is this something that you could find interesting based on the way you play and how that would relate to, you know, your existing style? Please do let us know in the comments below, like, subscribe, and we will see you soon. Ciao.